So I'm up here at Hearst Castle. And it's just, I can't go on the tour because I got my dog. But look up Hearst Castle on Google and go to images and look at some of the pictures. It's absolutely beyond unbelievable. I mean, the idea, you got to see the swimming pools. And then just look at some of the pictures of the rooms in the house. I mean, the idea that somebody could be that rich and build something like that way back when. I mean, the last time he was here was 1947, like 70 years ago, and that place took years to build. So, it was at least 75 or 80 years ago, back when that highway back down there was all dirt, probably fairly impassable too. And there was no electricity around here back then. There were no power lines. There was nothing. So you see all these covered parking lots, or parking spaces? See all these carports? Every single one of them. Those aren't roofs. They're solar panels. Look at them all. But I mean, think about this for a second. That whole entire castle must have been operated off of a giant generator. Or maybe they had gas lights, or who knows. But to think, that place was state of the art, man. They used everything high tech they could possibly use to build that place. Even though it was, built in an old style. But see, they weren't smart enough to think of what they're doing here today. Solar panels weren't even a dream 80 years ago. But see, today, that entire place is operated by these solar panels. All the electricity comes from these carports. So you see, that's the way things should have been since the beginning. Getting free power from the sun. And old William Randolph Hearst I think he'd be pretty impressed by these carports that are all solar panels. And he'd probably think, why didn't I think of that? It's because nobody thought of it. But anyway, go on to Google, look up Hearst Castle, look up some of the pictures, go to the image section of Google. It's unbelievable to think that it's not a house, man, it's a castle on the top of a mountain, on the edge of the ocean. And you better believe that 80 years ago, this was so far out in the woods that I'm just fascinated by the idea how he picked that spot. I mean, if you go up and down this highway, there's millions of spots. There's all kinds of mountaintops. But he somehow picked that. How he could have had that crazy idea. He said, hey, look at this mountain up here, way up here. Let's build a castle up there. Who would do that? He must have went to Europe and saw other castles or something, but I mean, just to get here was a monumental feat back then. But then to build a giant castle on the top of a mountain, and then to furnish it the way it's furnished, all of the artwork, and the gigantic swimming pools. How rich was that guy? Anyway, look at all these solar panel roofs. I'll tell you one thing. If I end up living in Arizona, better believe I'm going to have solar panels. It's going to be a lot of fun, man, getting free energy from the sun.